If you're a gamer, turn off Paramount Plus. So I've talked about this before of when something comes up to not be dismissive and explain it, but instead be curious. And so this is a great example. Last night we were on a stream, 4v4. That's a lot of data coming across. And the person hosting was at a location that they don't normally at, so it's a little bit lesser of an internet. And at one point, the game went crazy and there was a bunch of latency for everybody, and everybody started jumping around for a second. And it was only like maybe 5-10 seconds, and then it settled down. But it kind of lasted, the effect lasted for, like 30 seconds. That's bad. So what happened? Well, that's easy to dismiss and say, well, they're in vacation and that's just their internet and we should just ignore it. But let's try to replicate it. Let's just try to see what happened, right? Again, be curious. Always be curious, because you're like, hey, this is our game. I know 4v4, that's 8 people. We spend a lot of data with the bots and everything going on. So, maybe we need to make some changes. What should we do here? So we tested it. And we tested it with trying to replicate the situation that was going on that night. And so one of the things at the end we realized was like, hey, wait a minute. Your wife wasn't watching Paramount Plus. She started it during it. And it ends up, and when we've tested this now with Netflix and some other streamers as well, Paramount Plus in particular does a big data download when it first starts up because it buffers up, right? It wants to buffer up the movie so you have a good experience. During that buffer period, it just grabs as much bandwidth as it can and just, we're taking it all. We're going to download the movie or the TV show. I don't know. I don't watch Paramount Plus. And we're going to take it all. We're going to take it all. And it's unrestricted. Well, that overflows the system, and that made our game have latency to everybody else, and everybody else coming back. It's like, hey, I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you. Oh my God. And Unreal's doesn't drop stuff. It makes sure it's, oh, no. Here, I'm going to still give this to you, even though you don't have it. Right? Because it becomes this cascading effect. And so that's what we saw last night. And again, it wasn't a long-term problem. But if you would have told me that Paramount Plus was the cause of it, I never would have guessed that. And we did that by spending, 20 minutes, a half hour this morning trying to understand what was going on, because we want to make sure, hey, if this happened to us, this is going to happen to our players. How do we solve this? And so, with that being true, in general, if you play online games, do not start a new Paramount Plus movie, because it's going to take all your bandwidth.